Hey, good afternoon, kids. HooDeeHoooo! How's it going? Oh, it's a beautiful Saturday. Um, it's Easter weekend. This is a really interesting weekend here around the Surprise household. This is the weekend that 5 years ago our lives were changed a little bit by my buddy Killjar. His kitty went and kidnapped a couple of bunnies, and we ended up with bunnies, Easter and bunny. And now we have bunnies, and it's interesting. Bunnies are a really interesting thing. Because one thing about bunnies, they like to eat, poo, fight, and screw. That's what they like to do. And when you give them a chance to screw, guess what they do? They make a whole bunch of bunnies. Anyway, you guys, hey, I'm doing a little bit different of an edition of the Kong Family Show today. I'm the only one in the family that's here today, and I wanted to take a little bit of time because earlier this week we did an edition about why, and it was pretty awesome. It actually kind of teared me up as I really got to thinking about why. Why do I do what I do? Why am I the crazy little rascal that I am? Well, that's it's a long story, I suppose, but I'm going to try and condense it into just a few minutes here. Take a few minutes of your time. And yes, I'm actually recording this and going live on Facebook with all y'all. And I hope you guys are all having a great Easter weekend. But I wanted to share with you guys my why. And I want you guys to understand something about what I do when it comes to the Kong family and Kong and water. And I hope by the time this is all done, you guys understand where I'm coming from when I put posts out there. I want you to know that it's all from the heart. It's all from love. And, this stuff, so many people out there, including my own family, bless their hearts, they think that the reason I'm involved with this is because of money. And that's quite hilarious. Hey, Bickford, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here, brother. Hope you're having a great weekend. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys something. I wanted to see if I can get this picture up here. See this picture right here? You guys all see that? That's my mama. That's my dear mama. And my mama passed away in 1990. And I miss her. I still miss her after all these years. It's been 28 years. On July 16th, it'll be 28 years that my mom passed away. And this is kind of interesting too, because when my mom died, I cried for days and days and days and days and days. And it wasn't until interestingly enough, it wasn't until I watched that movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. I watched that movie. And interestingly enough, at the end of that movie, I don't know why, but I felt some sort of a comfort in my heart. And my crying kind of stopped. I mean, except for times like now. But when I get thinking about her, yeah, I'm a big baby. I cry about everything. I even cried at the end of Rocky V. But what happened is that back in 1993, I read a book, and this is that book right here. See how beat up and worn it is? This is the book that I read. I hope you guys all take down this book. I dare you. Actually dare you to read this book. It's my challenge to you. Go get it, read it. It's actually been updated. This was the original. It was updated again in the early 90s. It was written originally in the late 60s or early 70s, and then it was updated again in the 90s, early 90s. And what's sad about that is that nothing really changed, and truth is nothing really has changed. And the reason I do what I do is because of my mom, and because of that, because that's my biggest pet peeve in this whole wide world, you guys. I'm telling you right now, nobody, not one single person out there, not one, should be dying of cancer. Not one. They know the solution. They've known the solution for 150 years. Get the book and read it. It's a documentary. It's fully documented. This particular edition is endnoted with all the documentation in the end of the book. The new edition is footnoted right at the base of every page. So everything he says, you can look it up. You can go research it for yourself. You can see all the documentation. And, you know, I've had a lot of people over the years that I've suggested read this book. I've used it in the things I say, and they come back with, oh, that book's a bunch of crap. But you know what? You know what all those people have in common, you guys, is not a single one of them has ever pointed out what's a bunch of crap. Not one. It's just like my buddy Justin Holmes today that was arguing with me about vaccines. He says, oh, that what you sent out, that's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of bull crap, blah, blah, blah. I says, hey, you know, what's crap about it? Oh, that would take me all day to tell you. Okay, well, you know, whatever. I mean, if you're going to say that stuff is crap, you're going to tell people that what they're saying is crap, you could at least provide some documentation somehow and tell them what's crap. You know, don't just say it's all crap, you know, because, you know, why don't you point out what is crap? Perhaps, maybe, think about that. Anyway, back to my wife. My mom, she had a 6th grade education. And I use that word loosely as well, because I understand what the word educate means. It means to lead out. It doesn't mean to put a bunch of garbage in. That's to indoctrinate, by the way. But anyway, she had a 6th grade education because she could never stay healthy. She was born sick. She was literally born sick. She had every kind of cold, every kind of disease, every kind of freaking this, that, and the other that you can think of. By the time that I got into my teens, my late teens, my 20s, my mom had had so many surgeries. She had had so many issues. She had scars all over her body. The doctors, they never, once again, that's another term that I always use. And I want to clarify this, you guys. When you hear me say the word doctor, when you hear me type it in on my computer, and I say the word doctor, if I have it in quotation marks, I'm talking about the charlatans that call themselves doctors that don't give a rat about their oath. Because the oath, the very first part of the Hippocratic Oath, you guys, is first, do no harm. And the truth of the matter is these doctors, that's all they do is harm. Because they don't know what they're doing. They're practicing medicine. They're not practicing health. They're not practicing health care. They don't even care. They're just interested. Most of them don't even care. They just are interested in their paycheck and their cabin in the woods or their yacht or their Beamer or whatever. And this book right here, you guys, this book right here, this is the book that really got me pissed off about doctors. This is what made me realize what had happened to my mother. Because when she died, I just thought, well, you know, that's just the normal process of things. That's just the way things happen. You know, my mom was sick. She, you know, they did the best they could. But no, when I read that book, that changed everything because I realized I came face to face. Man, I got freaking smacked upside the head with the truth of the matter. And that is that they're not, the doctors, they don't learn anything about nutrition. They don't learn anything about real health. They just learn about practicing medicine. And that's what they do. They give you a pill and a bill, a pill and a bill, a pill and a bill. That's what they did for my mom her whole life. And when she passed away in July of 1990, she was taking 22 different medications every day. Every day, 22 different poisons. And they are poisons, you guys. I'm not joking. I'm not, they're poisons. She was taking 22 of them. 22 every day. She developed a cyst on the backside of one of her kidneys that poisoned her spinal fluid, turned her into a vegetable, and we got to sit there, we got to unplug her machine and watch her die. And that was a really rough thing to watch. And then 3 years later, I read that book. And then it all came to my understanding. I realized what had happened. I realized what had happened to my mother. And at the end of that book, he says, you now have the ability to live in a world without cancer. And the only reason that you have this ability is because someone out there somewhere was gracious enough to bring this information to your attention. Can you do any less for others? That hit me like a brick, you guys. I had no choice. And for ever since 1993, I've been bringing it to people's attention. And sadly, it hasn't really made that much of a difference because people are stubborn, and if the information isn't coming from a doctor, then they don't believe it. They're not willing to do their own research. They're not really willing to read the book. I can probably count on one hand the number of friends and family that I know that have read this book over the last 26 years since I read it, since I've been eating strangers' apple cores just to get an opportunity to tell them about this book. But, my mother, she was sick. She was sick her whole life. I'm amazed that I think it's a miracle that I'm here, that I'm alive today. I was the second to the last of 12 kids that my mom had. And my twin sister, I was a twin. My twin sister, Gigi, we would have been JJ and Gigi surprise. And I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you because my life, I believe, would have been a lot different. But anyway, she died after 26 hours. I had to have all my blood transfused. And, who knows? Maybe I always think to myself, maybe that's why I'm so much different than all my brothers and sisters. I'm so much different than all of them and all of their kids too. I'm really and truly the black sheep of my family, and fine. I'm good with that. I love it. I'm totally comfortable in my own skin, especially since I came into contact with the Khan family. Hey, Paul, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a blast down there in Arkansas. Give your daughter a big hug for me. Group hugs all around. Anyway, I want people to understand that when I go out there, I know this for a fact. I know there's a lot of people out there who just think I'm a dick. Fine. I'm a dick. If that's what you want to think, that's fine and dandy with me. I really don't care. But the truth of the matter is, when I say something like cancer is a choice, disease is a choice, health is a choice, I'm not saying it because I want to be a dick. I'm saying it because it's the God's honest truth. God gave us our ability to make our choices. He also gave us everything on this planet that we need to heal ourselves. And this thing right here, you guys, this thing right here, this is the most amazing machine that there is out there on the planet. It really is. From here to here, it is so amazing. And I have really learned this because I thought I understood it a bit since this, but from getting involved with the Kangen water family, I've learned even more. I've learned that this thing right here is a machine, and it runs on 120 millivolts of electricity, and it runs on hydrogen. Think about it, you guys. Your car runs on 12 volts of electricity and gasoline. How far does it go if you don't give it gasoline and 12 volts of electricity? How about if you just run it and run it and run it, never change the oil, never change the antifreeze, never do anything with the spark plug wires, just let it roll. Put garbage gas in it. How far does it go? You guys don't get it. This is a machine. The only difference is that this machine right here, from your car, from your truck, is that this machine's designed to heal itself. You get a cut, you slice that, you slice yourself. Like me, every time I try to cut up veggies or something, I end up slicing myself. But you know what's crazy is that, like I got this great scar on my finger. I wonder if you can see it there. Can you see that scar? That scar right there was from when I was in like 4th grade. I was working in Othello, Washington, in an onion field, trying to make money. And I had this great big knife, big old giant knife, and I was grabbing onions and cutting them, and I thought I was getting so good at it, and I'm just glad I didn't have a sharper knife, because I probably wouldn't have this flange anymore. But I was like, "Hey, Len," I was talking to my brother Leonard, and I did, check it out. I grab a big old thing of onions and slice it, and man, I sliced myself good and proper, and but that thing healed itself, because that's what your body does. It heals itself. It's designed to fix itself, you guys. It'll only fix itself if you give it what it needs. You got to give it the electricity and the hydrogen that it needs. That's the main ingredient. That's the main thing that your body, that this machine, you'll see me referring to it as the 120 millivolt machine. I even have a website, 120millivolt.com, 120mv.com. I don't have anything on it yet, but I will eventually. But, this machine's designed to heal itself. All the stuff that's documented in this book right here, the first part of the book is called The Science of Cancer, and it talks about the whole trophoblastic theory of cancer, that cancer is part of your body's natural healing mechanism. And everything I see out there, everything, it all correlates to this, to the fact that, cancer is literally a nutritional deficiency disease. And the United States government has stripped all that nutrition out of our diet. They've done it on purpose. The second part of the book is called The Politics of Cancer. When I was done reading this book, I couldn't help it, you guys. I had to share this story because of my mom, because of this dear angel right here. People think I'm a dick, but what they don't understand is that every time I hear about somebody that's sick, every time I hear about somebody that's got allergies, like my friend Brittany that put out a post that she's taking Zyrtec or something like that, whatever the hell it is, and she was thanking people for telling her about Zyrtec or Zyrtec or whatever the hell it was, because it got rid of her allergies. Well, Brittany, it's just a Band-Aid. It ain't getting rid of squat. You want to get rid of your allergies, start giving yourself the hydrogen and the electricity that your body needs, and then you'll have something. But anyway, it breaks my heart, you guys. It breaks my heart whenever I hear of somebody being sick. I hear about, my buddy Ben. His little daughter, she's got cancer or whatever. Maybe she doesn't. the great state of eutardia is forcing him to take her in and give her chemotherapy or whatever the heck. I mean, come on, you guys, think about it, man. The land of the free. The government can force you to take your child in for poison therapy. It's just unbelievable, man. Do your research. I mean, where they make these chemotherapy drugs, the guys that make it, they dress in full freaking masks and gloves and all this shit to make this crap. They won't even touch it. They won't breathe it, nothing. But then they go and inject it into your daughter. They inject it into your son. They inject it into your mom. They inject it into your dad, your aunts, your uncles, your friends. And you want to think that this is natural? I mean, this stuff is poison. They're putting chlorine into our water supplies. Thankfully for me, I'm lucky. My sweetie and I, we're lucky. We live in probably one of the few places in America where we don't have any chlorine, no fluoride, no contaminants, no poisons of any kind are put into our water. None. And I'm extremely grateful for that. But you know, the point is I want to help people. That's why I do what I do. That's why I eat strangers' apple cores, is because I want to help them. The reason I tell people that health is a choice is because I want to help them. I might not be the best at you know, being the nicest guy in the world and saying things that everybody loves and wants to hear, because that's one thing you'll learn about me is I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. It ain't going to happen. I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. You know, I've made posts about the truth getting me in trouble. Yeah, the truth gets me in trouble all the time because I have this penchant for telling the truth. I believe that if you tell the truth, you never have to remember anything, and that's good because I forget things all the time. But, you know, health is a choice, you guys. It is a choice. And I don't care whether you think I'm a dick or an ass or whatever. I can say whatever I want here today. Call me a prick. Call me an a-hole. Call me an effer. Whatever. I don't care what you call me. I don't care. Just listen. Just pay attention. Just look at yourself in the mirror. You got problems? You got health issues? Take a look at what you're putting in your body every day. You know? Your kids, it might not have been their choice. It's not their choice. They don't have a choice. You got a kid with cancer, it's not their choice. It's not their choice. That's your choice. You're the one who put the garbage in their bodies. You're the mother who put the garbage in your body while you were pregnant so that they ended up with whatever their issue is. You're the one who thinks Kangen water is too expensive. Man, like Dr. Barry Ah says, he says, anybody who thinks that this machine is too expensive simply has no understanding of how the human body works. And I'm here to tell you right now, kids, that Kong doesn't cost. He doesn't. He doesn't cost. He pays. He pays. He's paid me so much. In the 2 years I've owned Kong, he has paid for himself freaking 10 times over already. Sure, it was an investment. Cost me $4,000. I wish I would have invested $5,000 and bought the K8 instead of the SD501. But, you know, I did what I did because I didn't understand. Hey, Kim, how you doing, honey? Hope you're having a great weekend. HooDeeHoooo. But Kong doesn't cost, you guys. He pays. You need to think of it differently. You need to think in the line of investment. It's not an expense. It's an investment. You're investing in prevention. That's one thing that this book right here, kids, this is one thing that it taught me, is it taught me to look on the side of prevention. I went to my 35th high school reunion. I think it was my 35th. I don't know. Time flies these days. But I went to that high school reunion, And I looked at all my fellow high school classmates and how fat they were, how out of shape they were. You know, there was only a couple of people in there that even looked like they were in half decent shape. Randy Sherwood, you were looking good, buddy. We got to get together. And, you know, there was a few others that I wish I could think of everybody right now and just name them all off. But there was a few that were still looking really good. But most of them were just made me want to cry because they're seriously overweight, suffering from extreme acute acidosis. And I just want to help them. But, you know, you can't help people who won't help themselves. I know that. And that's one of my big things is you simply can't help people who won't help themselves. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes to help yourself. And you know, I'm in the prevention business. I'm in the people business. I'm in the helping people business. And for all you people out there who think I'm into this water, which by the way, Cog's water, it's not water. It's not H2O. It's not. It's H2, negative OH. That's hydrogen, molecular hydrogen, that's the H2. And then it's a negatively charged hydroxyl. And I've showed this to you guys on other episodes of the Kong Family Show, and we'll continue to show more of them as time goes by. You can actually measure the voltage of the things that you eat and drink, and you can find out whether they're good for you or not. And but people think I'm into this and that my why is because I want to make money. Well, you know, do you want to make money? Do you go to your job every day because you want to make money? Or do you just go there because you love it, because you love going and slaving away for somebody else for 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours a day, and you're happy? If you're happy with that, great. That's awesome. For me, I always hated that shit. I hated school. I did just whatever I could do to get the hell out of there and be gone with it. It wasn't school. It wasn't education. It was indoctrination. I call them GICs, Government Indoctrination Centers. That's what they do. They indoctrinate. They don't educate. And that's just the truth of the matter. It doesn't have anything to do with what I think. It just is what it is. But, you know, Kangen water is something special. It provides electricity and hydrogen to your body, and it makes a huge difference. And, you know, a couple of examples that are real world, real life examples is you know, it's proof, you guys, that the money isn't the main thing for me. Yes, I need money. And I need to get off my knees. I'm off my knees. I'm done with that. I installed carpet and tile and hardwood for 30 years on 2 blown out knees. Had 4 knee surgeries. Oh, by the way, Kong's water has been huge. It's helped a ton with my knees. I don't have that barometer anymore in my knees. There's a storm coming in. I used to be able to tell you when there was a storm coming in because I'd feel it. That's no longer there anymore. And, you know, that's just one of the myriads of ways that Kong has benefited me. But, you know, I had a gal that came to my house and got water for a couple of weeks, and she ended up going buying a Kong machine from someone else. And when she got her machine, I found out she had gotten a machine, and I called her up and said, "Congratulations, awesome, good job, you got yourself a machine. I love it. If there's ever anything I can do for you, give me a call. Let me know. I'm here to help." And, you know, my own brother, my next older brother, he actually just bought a machine. He bought it from somebody else at my suggestion, because he had an opportunity to get a machine for cheap that was a really good machine that was still going to have its warranty, and he wasn't interested in the business side of things. And I hooked him up with someone so that he could get his K8 Kong machine, a $5,000 machine, for $2,400. And I figured, hey, you know, get it. If you want to get it and you don't care about the business and you don't care about the 21-day challenge, bro, go get the machine. And he did. He went and got it. And I'm tickled for him. And I'm not going to make a dime off of it. And actually, in truth, it's going to cost me money because I'm going to go down and help him hook it up. And he lives about 35 miles away from me. I'm going to go down. I'm going to drive down there on my dime. I'm going to go pick up some plumbing parts if necessary. And I'm going to go put it in for him. And I'm going to teach him how to use it. I'm going to teach him all the different ins and outs of this machine. And I just can't tell you guys how happy I am for my brother, Leonard's surprise, that he decided to buy this Kangen water machine. Because it's going to change his life. It's going to change his life. It's going to change his family's life. And, you know, as it starts to change their lives, if they want to come and, you know, he's got a bunch of kids, and I love them all, and they all need it, and they're gonna need their machines, and you know, who knows? Maybe they'll come and they'll buy their machines from me. Maybe my brother will buy another machine because he does decide that he wants part of the business. Because keep in mind, another thing that y'all don't know about this is that when I first got involved with Kong's Water, my buddy Tim McGaffin, you know, Tim, I love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your new little beautiful Kong baby, little, what is her name? Abigail Clarice McGaffin. She's a big baby. And anyway, congratulations on her, buddy. And I'm so glad that you remained consistent and kept posting, even though I thought it was stupid. I thought it was ridiculous. Like, water's water. And I also want to thank Brittany Dykes. I love you, honey. Thank you for changing my life. And she's the one who put out the post that opened up my brain cell, and I actually decided to look and take an actual look instead of just going, oh water. I went, oh, wow, what a crazy story. What an amazing story. In fact, that reminds me a lot of my mom. Because Brittany was on 19 different medications. She was almost there with my mom, except she was a lot younger. But, you know, I know where she was going, where it was headed. If she would have stayed where she was going, her prayers to die every day would have come true, and she wouldn't be with us. But instead, her life has completely changed, and she's dancing again and playing the piano again, and she's such an incredible angel. And we're going to have her back on the Kong Family Show here, hopefully next week or the week after, or as soon as possible, as soon as she can come back on. But, you know, I just want you guys all to know that the reason I do what I do is out of love. It's not out of hatred. It's not out of meanness. I'm not trying to be mean when I say that health is a choice. I'm trying to let you know that health is a choice. You can choose to be healthy. You can choose to be sick. It's up to you. You can have a positive mindset. You can choose to have a positive mindset. You can choose to be happy about things, or you can choose to be pissed off about things all the time. It's up to you. It really and truly is up to you, you guys. The choices in this world, God gave us choices. This is a heck of a weekend to contemplate that stuff. And, you know, we have our choices, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say what I say, and it's not going to stop. Dawn Marie Clark, if you see this, I'm sorry that it offends you that I'm putting out information about Kong's Water every day. I'm sorry, but it's not going to stop. I'm sorry to all my family and everybody that it offends you that I'm putting out this love and this incredible technology, this incredible gift. Kong's Water is not a miracle. It doesn't cure anything. No, it doesn't. It doesn't cure anything, doesn't heal anything, doesn't fix anything. This right here, you guys. This right here, this is the only one you get. This is it. And if you take care of it the way my dear mother did, if you take care of it the way she did, the way that my two sisters, Kathy and Susie, that died last year after years and years and years of struggling. You know, that's the thing, you guys. It just kills me. It killed me. My sisters, you know, they were alive. People out there are alive. My mother was alive. She never really lived, at least especially towards the end of their lives. They were so sick. They were hooked up to tubes in their nose and the hell ever. You know, they were in and out of the doctor or taking poisons every day. That kind of stuff breaks my heart. And I just want you guys to know that that's why I do what I do. And I've never been involved. I've been an entrepreneurial spirit since I was 18, 19 years old. I always hated punching time clocks. I always hated working for other people. I always hated people telling me how much money I got to make and when I had to be there and when I could go pee and things like that. I always hated it. It just wasn't me. And I've tried everything. I've probably been in 20 different network marketing companies throughout my life. I tried all kinds of things, you know, because that's just how I am. I got to try things. But I've been searching for my destiny and searching for my mission in this world. And I finally found it. And it's the most gratifying thing, you guys, when you get up in the morning. You get to get up in the morning and you look at your hair and it's all standing on end, and you look in the mirror and you start laughing because you look so silly, and you get to tell yourself you love yourself, and you get to say, hey, this is another great day. I don't care what day it is, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday, whatever, it doesn't matter. Every day's a great day. Why? Because I get to go change people's lives for the better every single day. Every day. What a thing. I get to change people's lives for the better every day. What do you get to do? What do you get to do? I mean, look at me. I'm a BYU fan. Some people get a kick out of that because, hell, it's hard being a BYU fan these days. They're in a pickle. They're in a heck of a pickle. But anyway, you guys, you know, I have to try and laugh about this stuff. I have to try and have fun with everything I do, because that's what keeps me from going insane. Because, yes, I am crazy. There's no doubt about it. I'm crazy as a loon. But that's what keeps me from going insane. Hey, Scott, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you here. But I just want you guys all to know that I do what I do out of love, not out of anger, not out of hate. And I really hope that you guys will learn. I don't need to get kicked upside the head to know that getting kicked upside the head hurts. I can see other people's examples of that, and I can read about the things that other people go through. I can, you know, I saw what my mother went through, and I don't want to go through that myself. I see what my sisters are going through now. I've got one sister that's dying, another sister that's dying. She's in the hospital, and she's probably going to die soon. She needs this water so bad, but she's not going to get it. Why? Because of one of my other sisters who won't pull her head out of her butt and pay attention to what's going on. She thinks it's a scam because she looked it up on Google. You know, you guys, do yourselves a favor. Pay attention. Pay attention. Go buy your machine from whoever you want to buy it from. I don't care who you buy it from. Just buy it. Get your machine. Get your con machine. Make the investment. It'll change your life. I promise you, it will change your life. Not only will it change your life, but it'll change everybody around you's life. Because you don't just buy a machine that puts out H2 negative OH, that puts out hydrogen-rich electric water. You buy a family. You buy an incredible family like Scott and Kim and Paul that are on this call listening in. You buy a family. And it's life-changing. and it's powerful. So anyway, I'm not sure whether I've missed anything here. I didn't really, this is all pretty much coming from the heart. I made myself a few notes, which I've ignored and not paid any attention to. But anyway, you guys, I love you all, and I just want you to know that. And I really want to encourage you to think prevention. Why wait until you're sick? Why wait? Like Dr. Ross says, there is no incurable disease. There is no such thing as an incurable disease. But there is a point of no return. Something I learned from this book. Something I learned right here. If, I can't remember, I think it's vitamin D. I could be wrong, but whatever. It's some vitamin. What comes to my mind is vitamin D. But that's not the point. If a woman is pregnant and she doesn't get enough of this vitamin, whichever one it is, her baby could be born with no eyes. Like, no eyes. They're not there. They're, you know, the baby doesn't have any eyes. And when that baby comes out with no eyes, doesn't matter how much vitamin D or whatever the vitamin was, doesn't matter how much of it you give that baby, it's not going to get its eyes. It needed that. It needed that at the point of no return. It needed it before the point of no return. Your body needs it before the point of no return. Give it to it. You're 75% water, you guys. Your brain's 90% water, your blood's 90+% water. You see all these different statistics and all the percentages, whatever. Just suffice it to say, you're water. Now, another thing, I love talking about Barry Ah, Dr. Barry Ah, A-W-E, not Dr. Oz, Dr. Ah. He talks about it in one of my favorite videos that he did. He says, when you see a person that gets cremated, you take a big old person, a couple 100 pounds, whatever, and they get cremated. They choose to go that route and get cremated. Well, they end up in this little tiny thing. They call it an urn, a little jug, and it's got all this powder in it. And if you look closely at what's in there, you'll see little shards of bones and that kind of stuff. But that, you guys, that's the part of their body that wasn't water. What kind of water are you drinking? You say that water's all the same, water's water. Well, why does it matter whether you drink out of the toilet bowl or the sink? What difference does it make? If water's just water, why don't you drink out of your toilet? You ever contemplated that thought? Hey, I got to thank my buddy Sam Tran for that one, because that's classic. You know, I mean, why don't you just drink out of the toilet like your dog? Dogs do that all the time. I've seen dogs over the years just lapping it up right out of the toilet, no problemo. Water's just water, right? Anyway, you guys, I just wanted to let that out and get it off my chest. I want people to understand that it's all out of love. It doesn't have anything to do with money. I'm sure I need money just like everybody else does. I got money issues and all that kind of stuff, but money is not the driving factor in my life. And if it's the driving factor in your life, you got problems. You seriously have problems if that's the driving force in your life. If you care more about money than anything else, you're the problem in this world. And I just want you to know that there are solutions. Like my good buddy Jojo taught me, there are no problems, there's only solutions. And, you know, get the solutions before they come problems, you guys. Do yourselves a favor. And I think that's about all I have to say for today. As my good buddy Forrest Gump would say, that's all I have to say about that. And as soon as I hit the end button, I'll think of several things that I should have said, but you know, I think I've pretty much covered it. Heck, I've been yammering here for 45 minutes. I didn't plan on going that long. And so anyway, I probably did this more for my own benefit than for all of yours. But this is going to get recorded. It's going to go up on the Kong Family Show YouTube channel. It's going right now live on the Kong Family Facebook page. If anybody ever needs anything, just friend up with me. If there's any questions I can answer, if I can't answer the questions, I'll get you somebody that can. If you want to get some water wherever you are, I can try and see if I can find somebody that can share it with you. But do yourselves a favor, you guys. Open your eyes. Pay attention. This is serious business. It's serious stuff. Not only is it the most important thing you could do for your health, but it's the most incredible company on the planet. Been in business for 45 years. You don't stay in business for 45 years and do $500 million a year in sales by being a scam. It just doesn't work that way. Quit thinking it's a scam, you guys. It's not. I wouldn't be telling you about it if it were a scam. You know, it's just crazy. I can't believe how dense people are. You know, come on, you guys. You're not that dense. Pull your heads out of your butt and pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to your Uncle Jay. But anyway, I hope everybody has a happy Easter tomorrow and is having a great weekend. And I hope that this will help somehow or another. Hopefully, at the very least, hopefully you won't get so mad at me when I tell you, hey, it's a choice. You want to be healthy, it's a choice. It's your choice. Do what you want. Choose, you know, if you want to drink all that Gatorade and Coke and Sprite, hey, knock yourself out. You want to do all the things that are, you know, put all that garbage in your body, go ahead, knock yourself out. That's your choice. I just want you to know it's your choice. Just don't expect me and other people to pay for it, you know. Quit complaining about the cost of health care when you won't do anything to take care of your health. Does that make any sense to anybody? Gosh, it's crazy. This is a crazy world we live in. And anyway, I'm going to go have the rest of an awesome day. I'm going to go play with my kitty. I'm going to go see the chickens and the bunnies. And I'm going to kick back and watch some basketball and, you know, have an awesome day. And, you know, every day is an awesome day in the life of the serial entrepreneur. And being, especially with that serial entrepreneur, is part of the Kong family. I just want you guys all to know, especially all my Kong family members, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me over the last 2 years. And you know, you guys have changed my life drastically for the better. And my goal as part of the Kong family is to change the world. That's what our goal is. The Kong family's goal is to change the world. It's a really simple goal, simple, easy, no problemo. We're doing it. It's happening. As my good buddy Sean Wetzel would say, one glass of 9.5 at a time. And then I would add, and one awesome individual and one lightning bolt in a box at a time. Every day I thank God and Mr. Oshiro for that lightning bolt in a box. And I thank God for all of you, for all of your love and support, and to all of my family and friends. I love you too. I just wish you'd pull your heads out. That would be great. But if you choose not to, remember, it's a choice. It's a choice. Choose wisely. That's what Kong says. All right, kids. I love you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, we've got Roger and Corolla coming on to tell their story. They're up there in the coldest part of Canada, and they're coming on tomorrow at noon. So we're going to have some fun with that tomorrow. And you guys all have an awesome day. Have an awesome Easter. And don't forget your hugs. This is how you hug yourself. You see how this works, kids? It feels good to hug yourself. Don't forget your HooDeeHoooo. All right, kids. Love you. Have a great one. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.